we realized we had done 4 decades of rock and roll photography together. And she filled the gap that I didn't have, and when you presented it together, it just was a wonderful picture of rock and roll, primarily shot at Cleveland venues. There's really 3 major favorites. One is a shot of Bruce Springsteen, Clarence Clemens, and Nils Lofgren at a 1984 show at Richfield Coliseum. They're together at the lip of the stage, and they're just playing off each other, and it's just that rock and roll energy that's so important within a band. A shot that I did of Paul McCartney in 1989, he was launching his world tour, and I was one of 12 photographers that got invited to photograph a concert and a press conference in New York. Later, one of those photos was chosen for the National Portrait Gallery in London, so I'm in the permanent collection there, and the photo's been displayed next to an Annie Leibovitz shot of John Lennon. And then there's a David Bowie shot in 1983 at the Coliseum. That's a shot where I wasn't even supposed to have a camera in the concert. I snuck it in, and I was shooting in the aisle, trying to hide behind somebody, and David saw me and kind of acknowledged it and smiled, and then the bouncers who were waiting to throw me out, he just waved them off, and I shot the whole show. I was very fortunate because I was born in Cleveland, born and bred, and rock and roll was such a hotbed here. WMMS helped to popularize a lot of bands, and I didn't have huge competition. I mean, there were only a couple other people shooting rock and roll photography, so I wasn't competing against hundreds of people in New York or LA, and bands felt more comfortable in Cleveland. So once you get that intimacy and that access put together, you come up with photos that nobody else can get, and I came up with photos that nobody else got.